like to call the July 29th meeting of the Westborough Public Library Building Committee to order. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote means. Members of the public who wish to access the meeting may do so in the following manner. Join the Zoom meeting with the link provided. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. If we're unable to do so for reasons of economic hardship and despite best efforts, we will post an audio or video recording on the playlist on YouTube for the Library Building Committee as soon as possible after the meeting. So with that, we are called to order. First item on the agenda is public forum. Do we have anyone from the public who would like to speak?
This is Rod.
I see Rod's hand up. Go ahead, Rod.
So just wanted to follow up. Obviously, construction started, and I'd sent a note through Al Gordon. I think he passed it on to Bill Linane, asking a number of questions, and just wanted to understand what the protocol is in terms of asking questions and what the expectations will be in terms of getting information back. And so I guess I would start there. I got the list of questions in front of me. I can run through them if we want to do that as well.
So the list of questions went to Al, who sent them to Bill?
Yeah.
Rod, I didn't receive any list of questions. There was, yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's if we could just establish what the protocol should be, and then I can run through my list. I'm sure Vertex can answer most of them.
Yeah, and I was not in receipt of any questions, sir. I did get a question about temporary fence, which I know is up now. We do have full site manager full-time that's on site as well. That obviously can handle a lot of the day-to-day questions, but anything that that you'd like from us to answer, or anything that would need to be vetted through the building committee, you could use through myself or Steve Theron, who's on this call as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'd asked Steve previously for a logistics plan, and I haven't received anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke to you about that, Rod, to be clear. I didn't ignore your question. So we got a basic plan that had two different options for dumpsters, and we haven't seen another plan. Basically, their plan is the fence and the dumpster location. That's the extent of the plan. I can get that plan to you that shows the fence and the dumpster location on it, if that's helpful.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought you were going to send me something, Steve. I don't think I ever got anything from you.
Would you like the plan I described?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Is there a reason the dumpster was located at that location, or was there another option?
There wasn't another option, and that's where they chose to locate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did also go through where toilets were going to be, and we made sure that those were going to be in the least intrusive spot that we could find on the site when we reviewed that plan.
Okay. Are they intending to scrim the whole fence?
No.
Is there a reason why?
Wind. They don't want to add wind resistance to knock it over.
Okay. What is the expected protocol in terms of emptying the dumpster? Right now, they're pulling it onto the street, the full dumpster onto the street, and then they're dropping the empty dumpster in the street. They're pulling the full dumpster onto the street in front of our neighbors, and then putting the empty one back, and then going back and picking that one up. Is that the intent?
I know I haven't reviewed that with them. On a tight site, if they're going to put the dumpster back where it was, it's kind of hard to do it another way other than to take the dumpster out and move it and then put the empty one into where it was. But we can go over that with them, see if there's a better way to do it.
Well, they could take one away and then bring another one back instead of dropping it on the street.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go
they
we'll
could-
go over that with the site superintendent.
Okay.
For sure.
So what are the expected work hours?
Yep.
We're not limiting them any more than what the town limits them, which is, I think it's 7 to 5, Monday through Saturday. There's no further limitations beyond what the town has.
And
Okay.
we did ask during our kickoff meeting as well that any work that was going to be performed on a Saturday would need approval from the project team first, so that we could get out any type of notifications for work that would be outside of that.
Yeah,
Just
I think
so you know,
right-
our previous experience in town, Rod, is that if there's any Sunday work, you clear that with the police chief, and we've done that previously. Just to let you know, we don't anticipate that.
Yeah, that's fine. And
Just to let you know that.
you know, I fully understand that. And I guess right now they're starting at 6, I think. So, and I'm okay with that as long as it's inside the building. But you know, they're emptying the dumpster at 6:30, so it's
Okay, we'll
Nice.
stop that.
Yep.
be nice if that was after 7.
Yep.
Are there any plans for tree protection?
Yes, they're on the plans. We had a conversation about that today. They're just finalizing with the landscape contractor, and we literally had that very suggestion today to get that going so that they can get tree protection in place now that they actually have equipment on the site. So they're expediting that.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna pause
And-
there for a second. How many more questions do you have? Because I want to get to our committee business as well.
Yeah, no, and I can take it offline with Vertex if you want. That's fine with
Yep.
me. I guess it'd be good to have the contact of the site manager.
No
I'll
problem.
get that to you.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Steve
Okay.
or Brian, can I ask you to follow up with Rod outside of the meeting, and then you can answer all of his questions? I don't want to take up everybody's time with things that you guys can work on.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Rod, was there anything else that you wanted to say before we open it up?
No, I think we understand what a construction site entails, and our goal is to work with you. It's just it seems like we got off to a little bit of a rocky start in terms of getting away before the fence got up. So yeah, and then I guess my only other comment would be if you could post the meeting minutes or the recordings. I didn't see one from the last meeting on the website.
Kate or Lynn, I'll ask you to follow up on that after the meeting as well. Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that wanted to speak? All right, thank you. So we'll go to our first agenda item, which is approval of minutes. We have several sets of minutes to approve. So did everyone receive the minutes? Thank you, Mary, for doing an awesome job on those. Were there any corrections, comments, changes?
I'd like to make a motion to.
And everyone saw that the one meeting that we had that we ended up not holding, we didn't cancel. So that's what the meeting minutes say, so that all of the records are complete. No one will go looking for it and think that we just didn't submit them. Bill, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept all meeting notes as presented.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Lynn seconded. I knew somebody was dying to second that motion. So I will go in order on my screen, which is Lynn,
Pickup, yes.
Bill,
Lenine, yes.
Walter,
Leslie, yes.
Kate,
Caraccio, yes.
Bob,
Petroselli, yes.
Pete,
Dunbeck, yes.
and I am a yes, and Mary.
Johnston, yes.
It looks like she's Oh, you
She
might be
said
muted,
yes.
He
Mary.
said yes.
Okay,
She said yes.
good. Thank you. I didn't hear it, but I'm glad you did. Okay, so minutes are approved. Thank you. So we should be all current and caught up. Moving on to discussion of the repair project. So Brian, Mike, and Kate, over to you on progress to date.
Sure. I'll let Steve speak to the actual physical construction process, and then I can give an update on where we are with our monthly report, our budget standing, and then we do have a couple proposals that we want to put in front of the committee that have come up that we knew that we've budgeted for that we wanted to either take a vote on or proceed with as that work is going to be commencing soon. So I'll let Steve go first.
Thanks, Brian. Just so everyone knows, I did let Bob Tucker know about Rod's concerns about the early starts and the dumpster emptying and such while you guys are going through the minutes thing. So he's all set right on that. So we'll make sure that that doesn't happen. So for ongoing progress, which is what I'm going to speak to here, every construction meeting, we get a 3-week look ahead and work that has been started on site. Fence has gone up finally, which is great. Interior selective demolition, which is just a industry term for interior demolition, basically to take down ceilings and wallpapers and all the kind of stuff that is to be removed. So that's ongoing. Masonry pointing, so outside work on the exterior masonry has started this week. Next week, we'll get started with some more different subcontractors on site. HVAC system demolition work will get started. Some abatement work will get started all inside, and we coordinated all the appropriate monitoring folks and all that for Monday to get started. When they get set up with their abatement, all the protocols required for that work. And that basically all of that work will continue through the week following that. So the 2-week out and 3-week out look ahead is continued work with those groups on site.
Great. Any questions? Just on the physical progress. Another thing for some of the members that may not be able to be on site for these meetings. I know we do have some representation, but Bob does take and documents our daily reports, and we have several pictures that get taken every single day. So if it's something for even a future slideshow, or if you're curious about how things look in certain rooms, something we obviously can provide. In speaking with one thing that Steve had mentioned, it was the abatement work that was going to be happening. And part of that abatement is that we need to provide air monitoring and monitoring from the hazmat consultant from LPAA. The specifications that were given were part of the original fee. What was not part of that fee is the air monitoring portion of that. And so a representative from that consultant will be on site for the duration of the abatement. And so the demo sub will make a containment. They will do the abatement of any materials that need to be abated and then disposed of properly, in which we will track down any of the abatement slips that need to go, the manifests that need to be done. And so this was something that we knew was coming. We've budgeted for it, and I have that proposal here. One moment. Would you mind if I shared my screen, Maureen?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you.
While you're doing that, I want to say thank you for the pictures that have been in the meeting notes from those Tuesday meetings, because I'm one of the people that can't get there. And the pictures, like I can only see what's happening on the outside when I drive by. So it didn't look like much was happening, but then I saw the pictures and wow, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, so in addition to that too, in our monthly report that we're wrapping up for July now, those will have some high level pictures as well. If there's anything more detailed that you want to see, we can also provide that through our online software.
Thank you.
So just to follow up with that, this would be an amendment to LPAA's contract, as it is their vendor here for the on-site monitoring and air sampling services that they are providing. The proposal is for $16,252.50. We have reviewed this and we are recommending that. The abatement is scheduled to start within the next couple weeks. So we would like to get this in place. They are committed to being out on site when this abatement is happening to not hurt any of our schedule. Are there any questions with this? And would a vote be prudent in order to move forward with this?
I think a vote would be perfect.
Sure. And I can distribute the proposal if anybody would like to see a little bit more as to what the proposal is.
Was there a budget for this line item?
So the budget here on this, Pete, was $75,000. And that was put into our budget earlier before the full extent of what we knew what was going to be needed inside of this building. Looking at the proposed solution and the abatement procedures that are coming from the contractor, this is a very good price.
Sure is. Good.
I will say the proposed vendor UEC, who does a real significant amount of the asbestos abatement on a lot of the public jobs that we do, is fantastic and really has a high standard for the abatement and making sure that things are being followed correctly.
Any other questions about the proposal? If not, can I have a motion to approve the proposal as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Pete. Can I have a second?
Leslie, second.
Thank you. I will go down my screen. Brian, if you could stop sharing so I can see everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Lynn,
Sukup, yes.
Bill,
Lenine, yes.
Walter,
Leslie, yes.
Kate,
Roger, yes.
Bob,
Petroselli, yes.
Pete,
Dunback, yes.
Mary,
Johnston, yes.
and I am a yes. So
Thank you.
that motion is approved.
So this will come in the form of an amendment to LPAA's contract, such as we've done all the other amendments for that. So we'll prepare that and get that over to the town for signature so that it can be billed against. The other item that I wanted to share with the committee is our National Grid agreement. Maureen, I believe I sent that last week.
I owe that to you. I'm
Oh,
so
good.
sorry, Brian. I'll get that to you today after the
That's-
meeting.
That's quite all right. That's not the reason. I wasn't trying to blast you in front of everybody. That wasn't but I did want to share what that utility back charge is. And so the first step of this is to sign an agreement with National Grid for the service that's to be done to the new project. And what they do and what their process is that it is executed by the end user, which in our case would be Maureen. And then at that point, a separate bill or a bill will be separate and sent to us after that is accepted. And so while I wasn't just saying that we need your signature, Maureen, what I do or would like from the committee is that once you do sign that, their plan is to send this bill to us. And I just don't want anybody to be surprised if we take that and put that into our invoice packet and submit it for our monthly bills. And so this is also another item. I'm going to just switch tabs here to our overall total project budget. This is something that would fall under the utility company fees that we have here, that we have a $100,000 line item for. And so National Grid and Eversource can sometimes have really fluctuating fees between their engineering and what you pay for certain transformers. Again, I think this is a very reasonable cost for the transformer and installation and new service that's going to be feeding the building. We would be charging it to this budget item. So it's something we've accounted for, and that will be part of an invoice packet once we receive it, probably for next month. I can switch back.
Is the electricity monthly use billed separately? Is it billed? Who's it billed to? And
Yep.
so forth?
So that is being paid for by Seaver, as all utilities and consumption that's to be done while construction's happening is to be paid by the contractor.
Any other questions on National Grid? All right.
Do you want a motion to approve that, or we don't need that?
Do we need that? I think
I
I
think
don't
it's just
think
part
we
of the
do.
project. I don't think
Yeah.
there's any, I think it's just more letting you know that it's coming in the bill, right?
When you'll see a separate line item for the town to cut a check to National Grid, that's where we're at here. So
Okay. Well, good.
Only other items I wanted to bring up is just and just to share. I think I've shared this a few times with the committee. But this is Bob's daily reports where he does kind of dump all his pictures in. So if anyone was curious about how certain things looked in some of the selective demo that we're doing here, Maureen, I can see you smiling about where things are. This is where we're able to document things and make sure we look at in wall and everything before anything gets put back up. So a lot of exciting stuff going on. See if I can get a good. I think this is where the birds were.
Oh, that's where the fairy garden
The fairy
was.
garden.
Oh, the fairy garden. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Fairy garden. That
Wow.
little green stuff was I think, fantastical grass.
Got it. Got it. So that just to give a quick share of how we document daily manpower and document that. And then lastly, Steve, did they say is our project signed? That will be up within due time?
We had it scheduled or they had it scheduled for this Friday, but they were reviewing an approved submittal today at the meeting. So it sounds like he's going to get that order placed after the approved submittal comes back. So it's not going to be long, but not quite ordered and ready for installation Friday. So it'll be real soon though.
Good. So it'll be good to see a project sign out front where the public were able to kind of see the names and information. So okay, that's where I'm at. If anybody else has any questions.
Questions for Brian?
No, I would just say that the monthly report I'll distribute to the committee as a whole, if that's okay with you, Maureen, unless you'd like to do it. Yep. Inclusive of that, it's pretty bare bones now, as we haven't incurred any potential change orders yet, but as those come in, we start tracking them. We start putting them as a risk category. We put risk categories against our schedule that we review at Seaver on a monthly basis, as well as a budgetary breakdown on where we are on contingencies, where we are on paid to date. We did supply the finance director with the cash flow. So we're tracking that in case that numbers are skewed from what we've provided them. We can give them an updated one as they see fit. So
that's great. I know they were anxious to get that. So thank you for.
I know they were too. Yeah.
Mike or Kate, did either of you have updates you wanted to share?
I don't have any. Yeah, so there is one thing I wanted to review with the committee, and that is a discovery of one of the 1908 skylights that was above a ceiling that was revealed once they took the ceilings down. So I think as a group, when we first saw it, we thought it best to bring it to the committee and discuss options for it. If there's any interest in preserving it, maybe revealing it within the new design as well.
I have some slides that I can put up to support you, Mike, if that sounds good. Is it okay to share my screen?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, that'd be great. And Christina, feel free to bring up some thoughts on this as well.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
So where this is above the circulation area. And it is right above the between the what was the teens area and the circulation area. So as you step across that threshold, which is above that ramp and into the circulation area, if you were to look directly upward, you'd be looking at this old skylight. So as Christina is showing you right now, it is very similar to what is up in the upper hall as the wood frame skylight. It is designed very
Beautiful.
similarly. So it's got the removable panels, the translucent glazing. You can see the shape of the mullions in between the glazing is virtually the same as what's up above. So what we're entertaining to do here is a method to incorporate that into our new design. So it is we don't want it to overtake the new design. We want to find a way of enhancing it, but we don't, we think it's important to, acknowledge the historical aspect of this and use it as a way to complement what we've got laid out here for our new circulation area. So these two photos, I think, kind of speak to themselves, but the one on the right here is a good example of exactly where it lies as you cross that threshold from what will be the adult reference area and the main entrance into the circulation area. So why don't we
And I
go
think
to the next? Go ahead.
just to be clear, I think we're asking if it's of interest to the committee to try to preserve and display this. But I think just to be clear, it would be a change in the scope of work that we currently own in our documents, just to be kind of crystal clear about that aspect of things, because our documents currently show this, which is kind of been approved by the Interiors Committee, which is some acoustic clouds and some decorative lighting to try to accentuate and celebrate this kind of big, tall, open space, which is our circulation area. And here's the location of that newly discovered beautiful historical skylight. Just wanted to give a little bit more. Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. Go right ahead.
No, I think you raised some good points there. So, yeah, so why don't we move to the next slide there, Christina? So again, this is looking at what's in the design currently. So you can see it's just a continuous suspended acoustic tile ceiling with the new curvilinear lights and colorful acoustic clouds within it. Let's go to the next one. There's more views of how that comes in. So looking at what we're proposing to do with this skylight is, as we cut an opening in the suspended ceiling system, wrap that opening with metal trim and abut it to the bottom of the skylight. So when you look up, what you will see is the wood frame, the glazing. We would add lighting behind it. Oh, great, that's perfect. We'd add lighting behind it so that it would have the effect of a skylight, but it would not obviously connect up to the roof at all. We'd install a ceiling just above the skylight, add some LED lighting to shine down and try and shine down through that skylight, and light the space below. And then we modify our curvilinear lights and the colorful acoustic pendants to accentuate that skylight and also accentuate the circulation area. So the wood skylight is an imperfect condition. So one of the reasons why we're looking to backlight it is opposed to lighting it from below is that we don't want to accentuate some of the imperfections of the wood frame skylight. So there's some small dental pieces. If you look at the top left there, you can see where some of the wood dental accents have gone missing. So we'd probably remove the remaining of what's there, and then just refinish the wood to just to freshen it up, similar to what we're doing with all the other wood trim in the old part of the library, and bring it to that level. We clean up the glass. The contractor feels confident they can clean that up pretty well. And right now, the reason it looks so dark is because there's layers of bad insulation just laying on top of it that makes it look that dark. So some of the staining can be cleaned up fairly reasonably. Should we is anything else that we have for slides, Christina, to show the committee? We've gone through everything.
No, yeah, I think that's all I have for now.
There's one, oh, this is Bob Petroselli. Just, you noted that it's the same as the one upstairs. You know, visually it is, but this is 2 panels across by 4. And the one upstairs is 3 panels across by 3. So
Yep.
this is more oblong than the one, it doesn't match exactly the one upstairs, but stylistically it does. Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah,
That's true.
Great
Mary, you had a question?
More just of a comment in this, that we actually had a discussion at the trustee meeting on Wednesday night about this. And if, you know, obviously there's a cost related to it, but if it is doable, the trustees would be interested in preserving that.
Question about what's above it right now. Does it have an opening up to the slate roof like the one upstairs does?
It doesn't have an opening through the roof, but yes, it's within a similar shaft way that goes all the way up to the roof structure. Yep. So we'd have to build a false ceiling in there to
So
enclose that.
anything that is done to it, it's not going to leak. That's my question.
Oh, not as part of this work. No, it would not. No, we wouldn't be affecting the roof with this scope.
Right, this was covered up and a shaft was built around it, I believe, in the 1980 edition era. So at that point, that's when the ceiling went up and they just kind of covered it, capped it at the roof level, and covered and filled the infill with insulation and plywood. And that's kind of what we've discovered. If that's correct, feel free to add anything to that, Mike. But I believe it's been kind of abandoned in place since the 1980s.
That's such a shame. It's really beautiful.
It is.
Other
So,
questions from the committee?
I think, I mean, one of the things about the lighting it with the LED would be that it would be visible at night as well, which is kind of a neat thing.
That's a
I
really
mean, I
good
guess
point.
the big question is, what's the magnitude of cost for something like this?
yeah, so that's our next step. So Walter, you raise a really good point. So what is the cost? And one reason we're not seeking approval to actually do the work yet is because we don't have a cost. So we have to, what we're asking today is if there's interest to develop this further so that we can bring it to a level of detail that we can then ask the contractor to give us a solid cost on it. At which point then we'd ask for approval or rejection to proceed with it.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, my original concern was it's such a beautiful piece, but I really loved the new concept of the floating sound deadening panels, those colorful panels and the curved lighting. It's so modern. And I was concerned that these two eras would clash. But I think it's done nicely where it's going to be lit up, backlit. And it looks like they made the accommodation. So I don't think people are going to realize that we lost. Did you actually, are we down one curved lighting? Did we remove one, or did the original one have 4 and this one is only 3 now? Or did we just have the same amount, but they were just moved a little bit to give the space for the light?
Yes, we reduced it
Okay.
we reduced a couple of pendants and we reduced
Okay.
a couple of acoustic clouds in order
Okay.
to kind of
That's
make
the word.
this change, which
Acoustic
means that
cloud.
there could be a small cost savings that goes along with
Mhm.
the cost increase
Yeah.
here for the scope of work.
Does everyone feel that this is a nice blend? I mean, I think it is, because as I said, originally I loved the new circulation areas being kind of modern, and this kind of threw a hiccup into it. But after looking at it, I think they did a nice job at blending the two eras. I like to hear other people's opinion, but it sounds like people are thrilled with this compromise.
I support it, along with Bob. I was there when he stated what he just reviewed with you. My comment is just keep it simple. I think it's worthwhile, but we don't need to spend a lot of money on it.
I'm curious to hear from Kate and Lynn, since they're the ones that are going to be living in that space.
True.
I like it. I think it definitely adds, it kind of like brings the old into the new, and I kind of like that kind of space. I think the public will love it, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'll echo what Lynn said, and it's the same thing that we kind of discussed at Board of Trustees and in the last couple of construction meetings. That I think it's worthwhile, seeing as how it's really only meant to be ornamental, and we're not trying to build a functional skylight. So the cost, we're not trying to waterproof this. We're not trying to make this withstand elements. It's really just trying to make it look nice. I think it's worth investigating. I also think it's a value added in terms of saying to the public, we did this work and look what we found, right? In terms of preserving your old library. I feel like the last time the design subcommittees saw those clouds, they were round and not triangle coming down. So I think maybe there might be some work to do there just in terms of what kind of visually looks better. But I do think this design, same design with those curved, really modern lights, I think is super attractive. Yeah, I think the public will really love that space.
Go ahead, Bob.
Just one last comment. It's funny, what just Lynn said, the original one, pendants were round. I think the new triangles are perfect because they actually blend with the triangles in the skylight.
Good point.
I like the addition. I like the idea of tying the 1908 building architectural features into the more modern section, and it pulls the building together. I think it's very attractive.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that it lands where it does, where you're moving between departments and old historic into newer. Like, that's perfect. So I think that I'm not hearing any objections. If anyone's frowning, I can't see you. So I think the sense of the committee is to investigate the cost and bring that to the next meeting or a future meeting when it's ready, and we'll discuss at that time.
Okay, great. Well, we'll start developing that right away.
All right, thank you. Any other updates to share with us?
Maybe
Ryan,
just a
Mike.
clarification on how the process will work. As Mike just said, he'll create some plans. We'll go out and get costs and then bring costs back to the committee for approval. So that'll be the next step on this. So that'll be, super clear what costs are and the choice being made by you folks at that time.
Great, thank you. Next on the agenda is other building related issues. Are there any building related issues? Walter.
Just bringing this up because it was in the previous minutes, about the slate tiles. I was able to meet with Bob, the site manager, and recovered about, I don't know, it's close to 50 of the red slate tiles. And the thought process right now is maybe have some artists, well, besides keeping a couple just for historic purposes, would be potentially as a fundraiser, have some artists decorate some and maybe sell them at some point as a genuine library roof slate and, something with one of the nonprofits. So anyway, my wife's working on that part.
Fantastic. I was going to
But,
say, Walter, you probably know someone who knows people who do that. Because I think I remember during the 300th anniversary, there were painted slate tiles for sale in the Westborough 300 shop. And I
there could have been
could
There
have been
was
out of my
ornaments
area
from
of
the firehouse.
expertise.
That's right. It fired.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
firehouse roof
Yeah.
had, they made them into ornaments because I have one.
Yeah,
I
so
love
it
it.
was a lot more than I was thinking I was going to get, like maybe 20 or something, and it actually took a little while to move all these, but I have a pretty good stack of them. So we'll do something with them, and appreciate Brian arranging for that, Brian and Steve. And Bob was wonderful. So
Thank you all for working on that, because those are really an important piece of our building's history. And I'm so glad that we're preserving a few of them for the future.
I also had the opportunity to look a little bit at the work going on while I was there, and I think one follow-up item is it appears like that the safe is going to stay now, is my impression. That it's still down. That's where the tiles were, near that. But yeah, it's a big thing. I don't know how you move that anyway, but
it's a mystery to how it ever got there.
I suspect it got in there before the 1980 edition, when you might have had a ground level entrance somewhere.
Possibly.
Because it's hard to imagine any other way of getting it in there now.
Yeah.
We're out of there.
All right. Any other building related issues? All right. Seeing none.
Just one question, I guess. I was under the impression, or maybe they haven't started yet because it's only July, but have we received our first monthly sort of report or invoice or whatever? Guess I'm looking for Brian for that, but I don't know whether that's next meeting or this.
Are you talking the first Seaver requisition?
Yeah, I gotta figure we owe some money to somebody by now.
Yep. So they submitted a schedule of values relatively late that we went through and we made some comments on that had not been fully fleshed out. And that came with the requisition. That's ready to be issued as well. So we're putting together that invoice packet, and that will be separate from the monthly report as well. Monthly report's just kind of a dashboard snapshot of where we've been that month. And then you'll also have a packet which will have your invoices for the month, inclusive of all vendors, soft and hard costs.
Excellent. Okay.
If they
want to get paid.
Yeah, if they want to get paid, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just looking at my calendar. So our next meeting will be scheduled for August 26th. But if we need to meet sooner to approve anything, Brian, you'll let us know.
I don't anticipate it, but okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay. All right, if there's no other business, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, Bill. Second.
Second.
Bob seconds. So we'll go down the list again. Lynn?
Sukup, yes.
Bill?
Lenine, yes.
Walter?
Leslie, yes.
Kate?
Caraccio, yes.
Bob?
Petroselli, yes.
Pete?
Dunbeck, yes.
Mary?
Johnston, yes.
Al?
Gordon, yes.
And I'm a yes. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you in August, and have a great day.